This is the story of the shadow that walks alone. Have you ever felt like you were being watched? Or worse, followed? Picture this. A foggy street, silence broken only by the faint clack of distant heels echoing in the night. But the thing is, no one's there. Just a lingering shadow, sidestepping the light. It began with Emily, a night shift nurse who often took shortcuts through the old clock tower plaza. Ever since her transfer, she started noticing it. The shadow that wasn't hers, too tall, distorted, creeping when she moved, and freezing when she stopped. At first, she dismissed it as paranoia, a trick of the poor streetlights. But the shadow wasn't always there. It waited, it watched, and it only showed itself beneath the full moon. One night, while passing through the plaza, Emily dared herself to confront it. She glared at its shape stretched out ahead of her, breathing heavily as she muttered, "Who are you?" Her voice wavered, but no response came, other than the faint shift of the shadow turning toward her. She ran. She dashed through the deserted streets as if her life depended on it. But the shadow moved too. It didn't chase like a person. It slid, clung to walls, and followed her without sound. Breathless, she made it to her apartment, barring the door behind her and locking every lock. But the shadow, it waited outside, unmoving. For weeks, Emily avoided the plaza, but the shadow began emerging in other places. At her workplace, on her way to the grocery store, even reflected in puddles during the rain. Only then did she realize that the shadow didn't need her to walk by the plaza. It was tied to her now. She started to research this eerie phenomenon, coming across urban legends and old photographs. The plaza was built on the grounds of an ancient parsonage that was burned down in the 1800s. Local records spoke of a man accused of witchcraft, his name burned into the town's history, quite literally. They said his shadow was cursed to wander, seeking company it would never have. Emily hasn't walked outside during a full moon since, but sometimes, just sometimes, she sees it through the curtains, waiting in her yard, unchanged. And she wonders, is it waiting for her to return, or for something far, far worse? Now let me ask you, the next time you take a moonlit stroll, will you trust the shadows in the light? Or will you walk faster and avoid looking back?